Do you feel like your financial advisory team wants you to die with as much money in your accounts as humanly possible? We at Checki Financial could not disagree more. We think the money that you've worked so hard to accumulate over your lifetime is in place. You can enjoy this age and stage of your lifetime and truly put that money to work for you and your dreams along with your family. And with that in mind, let's tell a story about a client who's been a client for a number of years, who is an engineer, a retired engineer. Started out with him calling me one day at the office and saying, hey, there are three of us that are about to retire from a major corporation here locally, and we'd like to talk to you. So they came in the office, explained to them, how would it be to work for the one company your whole life, right out of college, and you retire a millionaire with full health benefits? And they said, boy, that sounds pretty good. I said, I just described you three. So point number one, what we do at Checki Financial is we give you perspective in terms of you had your working life where you made money. Then you have your, oh boy, I finally get to choose what I want to be doing with my time and my money. And one of the engineers decided he loved woodworking so very much that he built what I affectionately call an intergalactic workshop next to his house. And you say, that's kind of an extreme term there, John. What do you mean by that? Well, he built a brand new structure, got it fully insured also, per our advice. And it has all kinds of devices in there that not only cut things and make dowels into pretty designs, but offload all the sawdust. And they capture that and recycle that as well. And it's right next to their house. They bought a house big enough so they could actually house missionaries, because one of their objectives in life was to give missionaries a spot to rest between mission trips. And we've known these folks for years and years. And one time, JJ even went camping with some of their sons, and that story has become a story that their kids relate to in terms of JJ and some of the brothers, children of the clients I'm talking about, slept on top of a Bronco rather than in a tent. So what's the point of all of this? They had worked for a number of years for one company, not exaggerating. They'd accumulated money. They had full health care benefits. They're relatively healthy at the time, and they're still very much alive, a little bit older than I am. And they're enjoying their retirement. We set up different pools of assets for them to fund their trips to Europe, their trips to Japan, and their cars over time. And the lady also reached out and had a prison ministry for a period of time and continued her mission for writing lesson plans for Sunday schools in various churches. So they have a national ministry without being ministers, but they truly are enjoying this stage of their life. Now, are they doing jumping jacks and swimming marathon? No, they're not. They're not entering in triathlons or anything like that. He really enjoys woodworking. And we went to one of his grandchildren's, oldest grandchild's high school graduation party. And it was great fun to congratulate not only original clients, but their kids who, also engineers, had put together pools of assets to go ahead and fund their children's education. So not only are the parents enjoying their retirement, their kids grew up to be financially responsible and save enough money for their two children to go to major universities right here in the state of Texas, which I consider a success. Why do I consider that a success? Because they had the opportunity to live their full lives, continue to live their full lives, and enjoy their lives. And we set up the last pool of assets for them to provide them with income that would never run out throughout their lifetime. And that's what money is supposed to be doing. And that's what we do at Checki Financial for sure. And we've done that on and on. And we wrote a book on that subject. Why don't you tell us about that book?
Yes, it's called Spend Time and Save Money. If you would like to download a copy of that, you can get that in the description, and you'll be able to send that to you right away. It provides not only some of the stories the story that John just shared, but other things, pointers that we call golden nuggets throughout the book of ways to enjoy your life now and also fund your future desires.
And this is the first installment in terms of Checki Financial. Actually, it's the second installment now that I think of it. We're trying to do our best to clean up our backgrounds and what have you, not backgrounds in terms of ethically, but backgrounds in terms of visually. So one of us took off his glasses so that the light would not reflect in the glasses, which I don't need when I'm giving a story out or telling a story. So points to take away. Number one, just because you're finishing up one part of your career and your life, it does not mean that your life just ended. We review your situation regularly. JJ sends out reports also regularly that even supplement what the financial folks send out to you. And we follow up with phone calls for 4 people and 2 people because engineers are brilliant when it comes to designing things, but it takes them a while to understand that, honest to goodness, I can afford to pay my bills, and I can afford to stay in my house or buy a different house, or I can even buy another car. And I'll tell you the very quick short story on that. I had some clients who, not these, but others, who said, I'm buying a car that I never have to buy another car for the rest of my life. And that's how Joe talked. And I said, I'm pretty sure you're going to be retired for about 20 years. And most retirees buy a new car, and they hardly ever keep them for 20 years unless it's some sort of classic. So that being the case, we try and have not only a pool of assets for your lifestyle, but literally a pool of assets for things that are going to break, whether it's your roof or your refrigerator or your stove, or if you need a new telephone or some new glasses, or, God bless America, a new set of hearing aids, because many of our clients have the opportunity to go, what? And with that in mind, they get their ears kind of redone, and we help them provide that opportunity, meaning we try and help them give some planning opportunities in terms of what you can do, how you can do it. And we've listened to lots of people talk about their hearing aids, and I smile like that because no matter what it is you do, adjusting hearing aids seems to be a real growth action. And JJ, why don't you tell us some of your recollections of that particular couple that I was talking about?
It's definitely one, they really enjoyed their life and seeing their kids and now grandkids grow up and the stages of life that they're in, getting to enjoy seeing them launch forward now through their education. And as far as they're getting to continue to enjoy life, not sure what just happened with the background, but it's okay. So that, but yeah, so the engineers, back to the opening, why engineers having as much money as possible at the end of their life. It's determining what the lifestyle that you desire and the level of investments that you need to fund that lifestyle. So we do the math, you can do spreadsheets if you prefer, but we do the math and be able to determine what exactly do you need for what you want, whether that's a legacy to take care of a child, whether that's something else in particular that you're wanting to, maybe a charity that you're wanting to support. So other things that just what really matters most to you, and then to be able to fund that and do the math to make sure, or at least to work towards that end result with the best way that we can.
And when it comes to backgrounds, the first background was an artificial background that I had programmed in, and it's off in the middle of this video, toward the end of this video. This is a picture of my office, because I'm in my home office, and yes, I've collected art for many years, and my wife is also an artist. So again, there are ages and stages and phases in life, and we help folks identify where they are currently, and then help them plan for that stage. And since we've done this, in my case, for 38 years, and JJ's case, 13 years, and been a CPA for 50 years, we've heard most of the stories that people have to tell. And we're still doing research, make no mistake about it, to make sure that our knowledge stays up to date, no matter how many quirks and things happen with the Internal Revenue Service, or we call them here the Infernal Revenue Service, and health issues over time. So this is John Checki wishing you a happy, healthy day, and we look forward to seeing you sooner and later, and in our next video, right here on YouTube in our channel.
Yes, JJ Checki, again, JJ Checki III, CFP, enjoying their time together to get to let you know how we take care of engineers and the rest of our clients, and a couple stories of success stories along the way. Many more we could share, but we just kept it to 1 or 2 on this in this edition today. So thank you.
Have fun and be well.